Right here are 4 more very interesting, hopefully interesting laptops I got for free. 3 black ones and a gray one. This is the first one. This is the Toshiba Satellite Pro 480 CDT. It's quite an oldie, and it's heavy as hell. It's got audio in, microphone out, headphone out, and a hardware volume wheel, which I like. Various indicator lights, the latch, all the other various stuff here. CD drive, PCMCIA slots underneath here. 2 more right here. Or well, no, it's not here, of course, they're here. Anyway, Kensington lock with a lock switch, which will also lock the PCMCIA cards in place. In surprisingly good shape, I must say. On the back, VGA, parallel, infrared port. Let me get that. There we go. USB 1.1 port. We've got some port for a docking station there. Serial, the fan, keyboard, mouse, PS2 port. And this is where the adapter should go. I don't have the adapter. I'll say it in advance, so I can't use it right now. I can't demonstrate it because the battery is, well, totally dead, which is to be expected with a machine of this age. So let me lift up the screen. So this is what it looks like inside. This is designed for Windows NT and 95. Intel Pentium MMX processor. It's a bit dirty in here, has to get cleaned. 2 speakers. A keyboard that's not even that worn. Feedback is good. Slightly mushy, but good. And the patented Windows key is up there, for one odd reason or another. Does not stick to one laptop for too long. This is a Compaq Armada 1592 CDT, or sorry, DT. This one, whoops, requires 2 hands to open. This also has got a Pentium MMX CPU. Quite a mushy keyboard. It's been used quite a bit. You can see it's quite shiny, but the letters haven't started fading yet, and this one is supposedly working. I'll plug it in later in the video when I'm going to show you the ones that do work. So first I want to go through everything. So it just has volume controls here, headphone, microphone, CD drive down there, Kensington lock up there. Serial, parallel, VGA, docking station. This is a built-in power supply, I like that. PS2 port there, and this is infrared. There's a vent for the fan. Okay, now I gotta move it once again. These things are heavy. Okay, here's a USB port. 2 PCMCIA slots. And this, lift it up in the light. There you go, that's a floppy drive. Obviously. No Windows COAs though, which is weird. Oh, and it has this door here, which holds the hard drive presumably. So I'm not going to take anything apart in this video. So this is a Compaq Presario. This is the Presario 1200, I believe, because I have a 1200, I believe, and okay, I have a 1234 and a 1240. Okay, this is the 1234. There we go. I believe this one was actually running Windows Millennium. I'm not sure though. Could be 95 or 98. We'll see whatever it has later in the video. This is just a quick view on the things. I don't want to make this too long. So on the side is just a vent, a floppy drive, and a PC MCIA slot, just one. And on this side, there's one again, this is some kind of access port, and here's the CD-ROM. On this side we have parallel, serial, fan, VGA, USB, keyboard mouse PS2, and this is the built-in modem, and that's Kensington lock. Oh right, I forgot on the front it has a headphone and microphone jack. I'll be patching up these Presarios and the Armada too, because I can't use the Toshiba yet. That's kind of a shame. This one has a new screen inverter because the old one broke, so they simply put this thing on, and it apparently it works. So I was told this was actually the most heavily used machine, and it's grimy as fuck. You can see it on the camera. It's just all grime up here, down here, and the touchpad is really shiny. Right button still feels stiff. Left one is really soft. Has some media keys, speakers here. Just the keyboard is. This space bar is just totally worn. And a lot of keys have started to fade. Especially there, the light really brings it out that these keys here are just totally shiny. This is designed for Windows 98. Also Pentium MMX. Oh, whoops, that was a little harder than I intended. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get this thing up here. Same design as the other one. PC MCIA here. Floppy here. Headphone microphone on the front. On the side, just a DVD player or CD-ROM. Sorry, it's not a DVD yet. It's too old for that. These are all 1997, 1998 era machines. This is the parallel, serial, VGA, USB, PS2, modem, Kensington lock. Righty, let's do a quick power up on the ones that work. Since I already have this one in my hand here, we'll just start out with this one. Let me hook it up, and we'll be ready for startup. This is the compact Presario 1240 booting. Scan disk. Apparently running Windows 98. Probably gonna put 95 on this. These won't be hooked up to the internet anyway. Maybe one of them, maybe the Toshiba when I get that working. Touchpad is responsive. Good DPI, good screen. Okay, apparently this belonged to someone, metal boy type of person. Probably some kid, I'm guessing then. And they did not wipe this thing at all. Has an old version of Word. I'm not going to look into it, I just want to see when this PC was last used. Like for real. Well, what do you know? 2007. The CMOS in this one apparently isn't quite dead yet. Oh well, it is. Okay, it is. So it's 2007 apparently. Let's edit that later. But yeah, this one works. Runs a Dutch version of Windows 98, which is a shame because I don't have a Dutch version of 98 laying around myself. The screen doesn't turn off anymore because of the broken inverter. Unless you pull the power, of course. Okay, let's try the other Presario. This one should not turn on without notice. Let's set that up. Fires right up. No image on the screen yet. Okay, there we go. This looks horrible. It's really washed out. This is a really old type CCFL monitor. It still has to warm up, so as soon as the whole screen warms up, the color should get more vibrant. Because this is just looking like shit, really. Okay, let's just continue booting. Let's ignore all that. Ew! I did not want to see that. Oh, glad that is gone. Apparently it's running ME. By the way, I'm not exactly sure if this is also Pentium MMX display. Or not display, I mean computer. Ooh, I see a terrible lot of ghosting. This is not pretty. And that isn't either. Really, it's just ghosting like hell. I'm just going to open my computer here, computer properties at least. This one has a slightly newer version of Word. This is Word 2000, I presume. Windows ME. 96 megabytes of RAM. That's not bad. AMD K6. Okay, so this is not a Pentium MMX machine. This is a AMD K6. Okay, fine. Shut her down. Gotta love that screen. I miss that. Windows ME, horrible. Okay, and now it's time to hook up the Armada 1592 DT. Okay, the Armada fired right up when I plugged it in. Lights here on the bottom indicate that the battery is dead as a dodo, which I know. Apparently it has 65 or 64 megs of RAM. Hard drive is still thinking about it. We'll see if this thing has an operating system. Apparently some kind of Ubuntu without a graphical shell. Kernel 2.6.15. Okay, that's an old one. Okay, it seems this one doesn't have an OS on it yet, aside from some graphical user interface type of Ubuntu of some sorts. It is loading drivers and stuff, but it apparently has no graphical shell. Because we should have seen one by now. I'll boot this thing with Ubuntu 10 and see how that goes. Or well, 9.10 I have laying around, it's the oldest. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up, I guess. It's time to wipe all these and install new Windows versions and drivers. Great. It's time to shut it down. Okay, that didn't work. That worked, okay. And that concludes my video. Hope you enjoyed my video on these 4 free Pentium MMX class laptops. I thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment and like. But only leave a comment if you have one, and please, no bitching. Thank you very much. Good evening.